Now, are you guys biologically related?
No, we're not related.
Do people ever think you are?
Sometimes. They might be like, that's your cousin?
Yeah, we look like twins though, don't we?
Yeah, low key.
Safe to say you guys are best friends?
Yeah, this is my boy right here.
It's my brother.
For life.
Now, how did you guys first meet? Can you take us back? Can you paint that picture for us?
Man, it was so long ago. Man, we first met in the hood on Hamburg Road on the east side at the Sitco, 4420. You know, I met him through a friend. He gone now. Rest in peace to Noonie C. But, you know, we met each other.
My boy Noonie C.
Yeah, that's my boy, man.
What age were both of you guys at the time when you guys met? Can you remember? Or maybe what grade?
I probably was like 16. I was just moving to like Stone Mountain. I'm originally from like Glenwood, like really like what they really call Zone 6, but East Atlanta still branch off to Stone Mountain. So I moved out to Stone Mountain and I found some real gangsters out there too.
Yeah, I was about 16 too.
Did you guys both attend the same school at the time or no?
Well, I didn't go to school with him, but his school was behind my house. When he went to Clarkston, I stayed in the neighborhood right in front of it. So they'd be out there on the track field. I'd be on my balcony like.
Now, were both of you guys rapping at the time you guys met?
Nah.
I was in the street.
Yeah, we was both in the streets. We didn't want to think about no rapping. Last thing on our mind.
So when did rap come into the picture with both of you guys? Did it happen at the same time for you, or did one do it first and the other joined in, or how did that happen?
Well, I've been rapping a little bit longer than him.
Okay.
And because he been more in the streets, you know what I'm saying? As we grew up, I'm like, yo, you could rap too, you know what I'm saying? He'll spit from time to time, but that wasn't his profession, you know, he was in the streets. And as time went by, he come to me like, yo, let's do a song. I'm like, bro, this shit fire. You need to take it more serious. And then we both started, you know what I'm saying, taking it serious because he made me take my rap serious and vice versa. So.
Now, whose idea was it to join forces and be a duo rather than like, you know, separate solo artists, just being friends and cool with each other?
Said join forces, we superheroes. I mean, you know, it was both our ideas. You know, I might have put it in play because I'm like, yo, we need to do this. But, you know, we always had the vibe like, yeah, bro, when we together, we do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
Now, sometimes when two people get together and they become a duo, sometimes there's like an overall name for the duo. And then maybe in some cases, individual names, and they just run with that. Was there ever a thought on a duo name?
I mean, you just the whole team really just called the home team 26. YG 26, that's really the team.
Yeah, because we started off as a gang. We was YG 26 Yerp gang. But out of the gang, me and him started, you know, taking it to the next level. Like, you know, streets is cool, gang banging cool, all that. But we need to go ahead and take it to the next level. We got this talent. So we the home team 26. But as far as the artists, we are OKQ and SleepyHeadd from the home team 26.
Now, where did your individual stage names come from?
Well, my name came from OKQ stands for Orange, King, Quick. Quick was my childhood name since I was like 12. I was always the first one gone when the police came. I was tall, but I was fast. You know, everybody called me Quick, started calling me Quick. As I grew up, I started wearing hella orange. I dominated with the orange. People like, damn, boy, you like the Orange King. Put it together, Orange King Quick. Felt like that was too long, OKQ. And Sleepy, how the hell you?
Sleepy, that's just my name from the street. You know, if you just around me, that's just my persona. Like, I'm just a laid-back individual. All I do is smoke weed. I got the name from when I first started smoking weed. Couldn't do nothing but be sleep. So, you know, my Aunt Duke gave me the nickname, then the streets just adapted.
What does the color orange mean to you? Is there some sort of significance there?
Well, I started rocking orange because I grew up in the Crip blood era, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's either Crip or blood, or you was gang, you was yo clique. And I seen the color orange as kind of different, you know, it stand out, it's super bright, and it was different from what everybody else was doing. So, you know, I took it and ran with it. My niggas fought with it, and we took it from there.
Now, have there ever been other stage names in the past, or have these stage names that you currently have been the only ones that you rocking with?
I mean, people used to call me Lil Quick,
Okay.
EA Quick, Young Quick, but it was always, Quick has always been in my name.
I used to go by SleepyHeadd, the roster, but that's a
That
little too
roster
long.
Sleepy.
So we're going by SleepyHeadd now.
I see. Now, when it comes to working with one another, there may be some problems that can occur, especially with a duo, right? And I want to see how you guys handle these obstacles that may take place when they do. Let's start with creative differences. Has that ever been an issue with you guys?
Nah, cause we ain't supposed to be alike. That's the difference with how
Wouldn't
our
be the
group
dream
is.
team.
You know, that's OKQ on SleepyHeadd. We two totally opposite people.
And if it ever come a time when we creating, if he do something that's just so biased to what I do, like he'll just do it. You know what I'm saying? And I just back him up, like, yo, I support it. But we a duo because we don't bump heads.
You
know what I'm
don't.
saying? We can always come to each other like, bro, that shit, I don't like that, let's do this. Or bro, let's, you know what I'm saying? It's always compromise. It's never this way.
I
You know
see.
what I'm saying?
So there's never been a moment where there needed to be a tiebreaker, like, okay, you both think separate ways, but you need one more person to kind of sway which way you're gonna go.
Yeah, it's been times we done had beats and we'll both write songs to it. And we calling around, we might call my producer, shooter, anybody like, hey bro, which one do you think, you know what I'm saying? Which one do you think more fire? Or we'll just be like, you know what? Fuck it, let's just both do it.
But we just ain't no big ego people, so we can just get along.
It's a fact.
Now, speaking of ego, something you just brought up, has that? I know sometimes when you have two people, one may naturally stick out as a leader. Is it both equal, or does one naturally end up sticking out to be the leader of this?
I mean, it go with
My boy been doing this a little longer than me. He been doing this rap shit a little longer than me, so you could say he could show me, you know, a little more than what I already know.
And I say it come with the territory. You know, it's, you know, sometimes majority of like stuff I can lead him towards, but there's times where I'm looking at him and he's showing me shit. He leading me, so you know, it just come with, it's whatever. It's about whatever you're doing as far as that go.
What about money? Has that ever been an issue between you two?
I mean, we got big racks.
Hell nah.
that's why it's the perfect duo.
That's the difference between a lot of the rest of the niggas that we know and me and him. The duo wouldn't even work.
That's why we click.
The whole relationship wouldn't even work, because if we not in our own lane getting our own money, then we gonna clash. We ain't even getting money in the same lane. So that's how me and bro.
And that's why it ain't a problem, because it's like,
we just lock in. We solid.
It's like no ego already. That's a plus. Then it's never no money situation that can't be solved. It's never like, bro, I need you. If I say, yo, this, he on it. If he tell me this, I'm on it. It's that simple. I'm gonna trust his word. You're gonna trust my word.
What about women? Has women ever gotten in the way between you two?
Man, we talk about the hoe. Hell nah.
No.
Well, I could never let a woman come between any of my niggas, let alone Sleepy. Like, what?
No.
I won't even play them games.
Come on, this way bigger than that.
Yeah, middle school.
Now, when it comes to the ego thing, you said there's no ego here, but I know sometimes when you have a duo, maybe one person may stick out a little bit. Not even as a natural leader. Maybe, you know, somebody watching two people rap together, do music together, one person may stand out a little bit farther than the other. Not in terms of experience per se, but just maybe people are naturally attracted to one out of two instead of both equally.
See, the thing with me and him is it's equally balanced. Like, with the music, it just depends on who you are, because we got two totally different styles. So I might appeal to a certain lane while he appealing to a whole different lane. And his fans may not even like me, but my fans may not even like him. So so we can reach out to a lot of different people that way, because we got two totally different styles.
And I don't like to use the word ego when referencing me and him, because I deal with some niggas who got some egos. So when you say ego with him, it's like, nah, it don't even compare to what I done dealt with. So I ain't trying to be like, oh, we just don't bump heads. Yeah, sometimes we talk about certain things like, hey, should we do this way? Hell no. But yeah, we should. But, you know, it gets solved. It ain't no, oh, well, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because I deal with folks all day who got egos out this world. So, you know, that's why I take that term and like, nah, we ain't no egos over here.
And then as far as like with sticking out with personality-wise too, he a lot more outgoing than me. So like, you know, I'm laid back, cool, I'm chilling. I'm in the cut smoking some gelato, some wedding cake, some mimosa, so I ain't really trying to talk too much.
And I can kind of sense that too.
But he the one like, you know, that you can really have a full-blown conversation with. He might know everything about you within 10 minutes. So, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, we just got our different ways of sticking out.
Now, has anyone ever, and when I say anyone, I'm talking about maybe a record label rep, an A&R, an advisor, consultant, has anyone ever pulled one of you to the side and said, you know what, go solo. You stick out more than the other person, or they may like your music a little bit more, like you said, it's two different lanes, or your personality more. Has that ever happened? Has somebody ever tried to, I don't want to say break you two apart, but kind of persuaded, hey, you know what, just do the solo thing. You may be more opportunity for one of you.
Well, we hear that all the time, every day, all the time.
I mean, it's even when we first started, like before we dropped our first tape, I had some PRs and, you know, a couple people was trying to work with me. And, you know, I'm telling them like, yo, this what me and Sleepy got going on. They're like, oh, well, you know, we don't really know what Sleepy got going on, what you got going on. I'm like, yo, that's why I'm telling you what we got going on. You know, and they kind of I felt like they was trying to tug, and I kind of fell back from them because I already know the potential we got. So, you know, it's like, ain't nothing to choose.
Man, I was hearing this shit left and right every day. But guess what? The same people that was telling me, boy, you need to do this and that by yourself, da-da-da-da-da. 2-3 weeks later, they calling me, bumping his music. Like, bro, this shit hard as hell, bro. I was asleep. I ain't even realize this was that hard. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just about giving the music a chance, man. All this shit really just gonna catch up to you.
Yeah, that's why it's perfect that our personality is so different. Because some people might come to him looking for something and hear me and be like, dang. Some people might come to me looking for something and hear him and be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So just how it works.
Now, has there been ever a situation before where one of you may have almost quit this? Not music, but the duo. Almost had a breakup, music-wise. Has that ever happened?
Nah.
Now, okay. Let's do this for this part of the interview. Okay, now, you guys work together, obviously, do music together, kick it with each other, have a best friend-brother relationship, even though not biologically related. But, you know, when it comes to each of you and you look at the other person, there may be some things you really like about each other and some things you can't stand. Let's start with something you really like about each other. Okay, what's one attribute about one another that you really enjoy? Let's start with Sleepy. What's one thing you really like about him?
I love the fact that he don't smoke, cause I smoke. I smoke like a motherfucker, and you know how that could take a toll on your brain. It's a gift and a curse. I smoke all type of different exotic flavors. I smoke exactly what I want to smoke when I want to smoke it. I'm a connoisseur. I wake up in the morning and I can't even figure out what's finna be in my blunt. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a hard decision. So day by day, I'm living with a fried brain because I'm high all the time. This nigga, he's on point 24/7, sober as a motherfucker. So this is a handicap to have around, for real.
I was anticipating your answer to be like, more weed for you.
And more weed for me as well.
It's never enough for him.
But before you go on to what you really like about Sleepy Q, because he is such a smoker, does that ever bother you? Does that, you know, you being around smoke, you being around?
Hell yeah, it bothers me. I just told him today. I tell him every day. He don't care. We be in the club. That boy smoked about 5 blunts. I'm in the club holding my nose like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking pass out. And you know, but at the end of the day, I would never tell him, yo, you can't do this, you can't, you know what I'm saying? He gonna do what he wanna do. And most of the time, he is mindful, like, he'll try not to blow it in my face, you know what I'm saying? It's like respect, but boy, that boy smoke every day, 24/7. Hell yeah, he get on my nerves and he always smoking.
He be high. He be high.
Man, look, I be running from it.
He don't be wanting to, but he be getting high. I make it happen.
Just curious, you don't smoke. Why is that? A lot of people, a lot of rappers, they do. Why don't you?
Well, I ain't never smoked, drank, near no drug ever in my life, period.
Wow.
And it's just like, I mean, honestly, I don't believe in peer pressure. And it's just, I wanted to be the guy, like, what's one thing you can say that you never did? That, you know, it used to be like when I was a kid, I used to be like, oh, when I meet a girl, I could be like, well, baby, I ain't never smoked or drank. What guy you know that? Now as I'm grown, it's like, you know, I just don't see no point in it. Because I can be the same cool, same whatever as everybody else, and I'm still sober, you know? I don't got to do that. So,
not
my thing.
Not even peer pressure, but just you know, some people, they try something just to at least know what it tastes like or what it does, and then, you know, they put it down and say, you know what, this is not for me. Never even a thought to even try it, just to see what could happen.
I had people offer me over $500 on my birthday to smoke, just hit a blunt. And, you know, I just never tried, never consumed no liquor. Now, I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna never drink.
Boy.
I bet you would hit for free. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna never drink.
It would have been in your system 30 days.
Man, fuck that.
And it would have been gone.
I ain't going. I ain't gonna never smoke. I'm sorry.
$500.
No.
Boy,
You offered me money to smoke
boy.
before. Like, nah,
$500 ain't no money, but still, but just to smoke
you
a
offer me
blunt.
$5 million, still ain't gonna do it.
I bet. I'm gonna offer him $5 million.
You trade me a Lambo or something for it, I'm like, no.
We're gonna get him on camera smoking a blunt. What?
Now, is it hard at all to navigate, just because not only Sleepy, but other people you may be in the studio with that do indulge in some sort of drug activity, smoking, drinking, popping pills, sipping, lean, this, that, and the third. Is that hard for you to navigate with rappers while they're in the studio with you?
Hell yeah, it is, man. That's why I like to bring rappers to my studio. Because my engineer, you know, he gonna respect the fact that I don't smoke. So he gonna make them go outside. When I go to other artists' studio, I just gotta deal with it. You know, I don't even want to catch secondhand. I don't even like being around it, but I know this come with the game, so, you know, but it is, it's nerve-wracking.
Do you ever get a contact high?
I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't know what it feel like to be high, so I don't
The
even
way
know.
he be acting like he got
Every
caught
night
contact.
they say something different. Well, you tripping, quit. Why you driving like that? Like, y'all niggas
Hey,
just
one
want me to
time
be
he
high.
tried to squeeze in between some cars. It wasn't even a lane in between.
Oh, yeah.
He was like,
it was like 3 in the morning. I was tired of hell. They ain't got
hey,
nothing.
he finna drive us on the curb, man. I'm like, bro, is you high, bro?
Nah, man.
Now, okay, people may or may not know that you don't smoke, but when that happens and they do maybe innocently pass you a blunt, right? Try to get you to hit. What do you say? You're just not a smoke? Like, what's the response there?
Coca passed me a blunt today, just like that. He like, here, quit. And I'm like, he like, what? I'm like, you know I don't smoke. Oh, I ain't know you didn't smoke. It's always just I'm in the club. Sleepy done tried to hand me the blunt numerous times in the club. I don't know if he be trying to be funny. I'm like,
I be playing. He know I be playing.
even when people who don't know me, I still just be like, I don't smoke, bro. They be like, you don't smoke? Like, nah. They be surprised, man. Folk be surprised, which I understand, you know.
Ever get teased for not indulging in any drugs?
Why, every day. Every day. Every day. Every time we in the club, they like, man, everybody talking shit.
I wish I could be like that. I can't even. My days just don't even go the right way if I don't smoke. I tried it, trust me.
Now, what about the feeling of maybe being left out, right? The only person not smoking or doing whatever drug everybody's doing. Do you ever get that feeling? I understand the teasing part, but do you ever get that feeling, you know, you're just being the only one not participating?
I mean, I don't, like, it's to the point where everybody's smoking, and I walk outside all the time. And I'm always just outside. Somebody come outside, what you doing out here? I'm like, man, them niggas smoking, I ain't, you know. But it don't get to the point where I'm like, damn, I wish I was in there. I just be like, minding my own business. Like, shit, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
What about when it comes to networking? Because smoking or indulging in another drug, that is a form of networking for a lot of people, especially when it comes to rappers.
That's a fact.
Is networking ever awkward because everybody's on something and you're not?
See, that's his strength, like, because of the fact that he's a sober ass nigga all the time. That's the way he operates. So he know how to network and do all of that sober. You don't take no drug, you don't take no weed, you don't take no nothing to be involved. A lot of people fuck with Quick just because he quit.
Mm-hmm. It's been times where everybody's smoking and we chopping it up, and I even step back and I still talk to you and step back while you smoking, just so it don't, you know what I'm saying, and just continue on with it like it never happened.
A lot of people
know,
fuck with me just because I be having so many flavors. I might walk in the room, 10 different flavors out of jar. Next thing you know, everybody flocking over there like, what do we have over here? What do we got going on here? And you know what I'm saying? I can name flavors all day, but you know, it's exotic, man. That regular gas shit, that shit make my stomach hurt, man. I don't even do no regular gas. Shit over with.
I don't do no nothing.
Now, when it comes to peer pressure and that sort of thing, has the role ever been reversed? Do you feel like when people see you and they see that you don't indulge in any of that, has this ever maybe rubbed off on somebody else? And maybe, hey, you know what? Q doesn't do it like this. I don't really need to do it like this either. I'm gonna chill out from participating in this or doing this type of thing or dwindle it down or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I was just having a talk with my partner's son today, and they was in the garage smoking, and I was outside, and his son was outside too. He like 14, and he was like, yeah, bro, I don't know why he out here. I caught him at the bus stop smoking weed. He said he felt like he had to do it because everybody else was doing it. And, you know, I told him, I was like, look, bro, you ain't got to smoke weed to be cool. I ain't telling you how to live your life. One thing I learned is I need to stop downing people on trying to get them to not smoke because everybody got their habits. So I can't be out here like, don't smoke, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I got my own habits, they got their own habits. But, you know, from time to time, I do still tell people, younger people, like, look, you can still be that nigga and not smoke. You don't have to smoke to be that nigga. And you could be that nigga and smoke. Look at Sleepy. So, you know, that's how I go.
Have you met anybody else like yourself, just on your way up in the music industry, climbing that ladder? Have you ever met anybody sober as you are?
I've never met one person that has not tried it. I met somebody who don't smoke or drink, and they went a long time, but I haven't met not one artist that was like, yo, I never did it before. Not saying I won't, I probably will, but I haven't yet. So.
Okay, now, we talked about attributes, stuff you really like about one another. Q, what's one attribute of Sleepy you really enjoy?
Man, one thing I really like about Sleepy is the determination. I call this man and tell him we about to go motherfucking jump out of a plane today and go skydiving. Even though I know in the back of his head he probably don't want to do it, it's something he ain't never did, he gonna be like, let's do it, bro. If you with it, I'm with it. It's like the determination, like, bro, we need to put this mixtape together, let's go. If I call him, he with it, you know what I'm saying? He not gonna lazy me. If that man be super busy, still gonna make time to get to it. Like, bro, what we need to do, let's do it. And that's one thing I really like, damn, that's why I picked him to be like, yo, this my nigga. This nigga gonna do it when it comes to everything, so.
Now, what about, on the opposite end of the spectrum, a pet peeve of one another? Something you just absolutely cannot stand. Let's start this time with Q. What's something you just can't stand about Sleepy?
Shit, besides him smoking weed all the time
and I didn't know if that fit the answer or not.
Getting in my car smelling like weed, and then we getting pulled over because he want to have a big jar full of weed with him. I hate that shit.
That ain't why we got pulled over.
That ain't why we got pulled over, but
you had a tail light out, bro.
No, I didn't. It don't matter. The fact that he always got one thing I hate is he always got to ride with so much
weed, though.
And I'm like, why you got to ride with all this weed, bro? Like, come on. You don't need all of it. I ain't trying to be hot. That's one thing I don't like.
Now, Sleepy, what's one thing you can't stand about Q?
One thing I can't stand about Q.
Biggest pet peeve?
we always gotta go somewhere and do something. Like, I'm really in the streets for real. So, you know, it's hard for me to want to move sometimes because I might be in one spot accumulating X amount of dollars, you know what I'm saying? So if I gotta leave and go do this, you know, it's taking out my pocket, but it's still at the same time, I'm elevating myself because any move me and him make, even if it's just on some kicking it, on some fun shit, it's taking us a little bit further. We elevating every day. Every step we take, we making a bigger move than we did the day before. So I'm always with it. That's why I move every time he calls.
Now, let's say if somebody's watching this, can you give us any advice on maybe, and not even somebody watching this thinking about being a duo and having another rapper with them to do this with, but maybe somebody watching this that wants to partner with somebody for anything, a business venture, whatever. They just want to be a partnership or a duo in a sense of whatever it is aside from music. So this advice here applies to somebody doing music or anything else in life, but just any advice for two people that want to get together and do something together in a duo partnership situation. Yeah, anything you would advise. And circumstances could be different for everybody, but any general advice here, anything you would say.
Make sure y'all both getting money and make sure y'all got two different lanes. Two different ways of getting money, because a lot of times when you in the same field or line of work, y'all can clash, some can go wrong, and then you just gotta make sure you working with somebody who's solid, who know how to do business, because you could be done grew up with a person 10, 12 years, but that person just don't know how to do business, or they might be too prideful to just do business with you just because they've known you for so long. So
do your research, man. Do your research. I don't give a damn, that's your partner. Do your research and watch your chemistry. When you're around them, how do y'all react? You know, when you're around them, what's going on? How you vibe? Are they on the same thing you on? If you come to them like, yo, we should do this, are they gonna agree with you or are they gonna automatically disagree with you? Are they gonna take in what you're saying? Or are they gonna just be like, nah, I don't wanna hear that. You know, I can't deal with nobody that's gonna they don't even wanna hear what you gotta say.
People don't listen. A lot of people, they 90% talk, 10% listen. They don't even listen to what they just trying to get their point across. It don't even matter what you saying.
Yeah.
You did mention something in the interview where you said the phrase, I'm glad I picked him. Mm-hmm. Were there other people you were thinking about doing this with before it came to Sleepy or no?
Yeah, man. I mean, like one of my bros, I wanted to do this with him before, but we like best friends. We grew up together and we bump heads about a lot of little stuff. And it's just like, you know, I put a tape together like on some like, yo, I'm gonna put this tape together with my whole group just to kind of see where everybody at. And you know, when I did it, it was just me doing this at first. Let me just do this, put my effort in. And first person who jumped on it is Sleepy. You know, he calling me, hey, what's the next move? What you need me to do? And I ain't asked him to do nothing. You know, I said I'm gonna handle everything, but it was a test to see where everybody's head was at. And you know, Sleepy jumped out more than other folks. You know, everybody doing their thing too and got their own stuff going on. But I felt like he was the most motivated and was on the same level as me. You know, if I tell him something, it ain't gonna be no clash. He gonna take it in. He tell me something, I'm gonna take it in. So yeah, I did pick him like, yo, I wanna take it to the next level with you. We need to do this, you know? And he picked me to be like, all right, let's do it. So when I say I picked, that's what I mean by that, but you know.